We have heard a lot about SWIFT as this crisis unfolds. It's a secure messaging system that allows payments and transfers across international borders, and it's become the main mechanism for international trade. And freezing out Russian banks could limit Moscow's ability to pay for its war in Ukraine. Now, joining us now for more on SWIFT and why the sanctions could possibly help is Deborah Glassman, professor of finance and business economics at UW's Foster School of Business. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's just dive right in. First off, most people may not be familiar with SWIFT, which stands for the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunications. So briefly, just give us the Cliff's Notes on how this system works. Who owns and controls SWIFT?
So SWIFT is a co-op. It is owned by over 11,000 banks and financial institutions all around the world in over 200 countries, and it's been around since the 1970s.
Professor Glassman, we know back in 2012, some Iranian banks were cut off from SWIFT and oil experts fell sharply. Could exclusion from SWIFT actually cripple Russia's ability to trade with the world?
Yes, because what SWIFT does is it acts as a messaging service that when goods are exported or financial assets or services, messages need to go back and forth to say the shipment is on its way, the payment has been made, because the buyer and seller don't directly contact each other. And money needs to move between banks. So the messages have to go from one bank to another bank. If you don't have the messages operating, then you can't do the transaction.
Could Russia simply just go around this? Could Russian banks route payments through countries that haven't imposed the sanctions, like China, which has its own payment system?
Yes, if they just want to trade with those countries. If they want to trade with the other 200 countries that are part of the SWIFT system, then they would need to have access to that system. So any workaround would allow for more limited trade, and it would also be more costly and more difficult trade.
So banning Russia from SWIFT could have a huge impact on their economy, both immediately and in the long term. But what about Western countries? What could we stand to lose, if anything, if creditors can't get their money back?
Yeah, exactly that. That if we have accounts receivable from Russia, then it's going to be a long delay before that money gets to any U.S. or Western company.
All right, Deborah Glassman, professor of finance and business economics at UW's Foster School of Business. Thank you for your time. We appreciate you.
You're welcome.